It's May in the UK, so the weather's not great, so definitely being on the beach was a big sell. The talks that I saw from last year were really good. It's a great lineup of other speakers, so it's nice to be in a place where Martin Thompson's speaking, Kyle Kingsbury, Ina Sombra. It was just a chance to do something a bit different. I did a talk on a beach in Poland some time ago. I really enjoyed it, so I thought, you know what, this sounds like a really good conference, great venue, great speakers, why not? That's a great question. I think I've been interested in performance really since I started coding. It's hard to build a system, especially when you're building a system for people to use and not be interested in performance. But where I think I really started to get a passion for it was prior to Skipjaq. I was working in consumer finance, which is a very conversion and customer retention centric business. And you're trying to find every lever, every edge to make the customer experience better. So they want to stay on the site longer, so that it's you they pick to convert with and not some competitor. And at that point in time, it just became obvious to me that there was so much research showing how performance has this huge impact on conversion, and it's kind of like a wasted opportunity for most people who are spending tons of time doing A/B testing, tons of time doing brand marketing, but so little time thinking about, let's make the page load faster, let's give the customer a better experience. And then I just had the perfect opportunity with Skipjaq to get out into the world and try and solve that problem. The whole company is about performance, so it's there's not one engineer we have who doesn't think about performance or in some way try to build software to contribute to making performance better. I think we're different than most teams in that we have the performance of our own software to care about, but our main care is building software to make other people's software faster. I think it's critical for all developers to have an understanding of performance, but certainly if your business is making people's systems faster. What kind of performance do we run? So we use our own software to optimize our own system. We use a whole bunch of different tools. I mean, mostly we're running all of our tests in Amazon Web Services because it just gives us that elastic infrastructure to scale. We primarily test things that have a web interface. So we're doing a lot of JMeter style tests, although we are basically building our own testing tool for that. We have a whole custom tool chain for building JMeter test plans. As I mentioned in my talk, and as everyone should kind of be aware, that it's critical that the test plan that you run comes from production data. So a lot of what we build is focused on that. But primarily the kind of performance we do is focused on seeing how a system performs today, making some changes to that system configuration, and those changes are driven by our machine learning models, and then seeing how the system behaves afterwards, and then using the learning from that change to run ever more of these tests. So it's not uncommon for us to run 200, 300, 400 performance tests on a system over the course of a week or a couple of days. And obviously we're running a couple of systems in parallel, so we probably run way more performance tests than most other people do. It's a really good question. We try to build our model so that the vast majority of it works off black box testing, because it's really hard to, in a general sense, say to a customer, this is all the data we need. So you can imagine we can drive an optimization just off observing the actual latency and the throughput that you get from the test client. If we can get access to CPU data and GC data and so on and so forth, then we can guide that so much better. So we try always to gather that, but it's critical for our tool to be able to do it just off observed latencies. Our tool right now predominantly uses Google Analytics, although we do ingest a lot of log files, like access logs and so forth from customers. The plan we have is that all analytics tools that you can see in the market today, like Mixpanel and Kissmetrics and so forth, we're really excited about things like OpenZipkin and Amazon X-Ray, because the amount of data in those tools is phenomenal. And then for customers who are really keen, who really want to get high quality data, then full TCP packet capture or a sampled packet capture of absolutely everything helps to build a really good model.